Hi, and welcome again to another edition of Market Analysis for today, May 24 of 2024. I'm Giovanni Betancourt, analyst, trader, and educator with Vantage Markets, and this is being pre-recorded to the U.S. Session Open. Well, once upon a time, Nvidia stock surging 9% will have been more than enough to lift the broader market, but the sands are shifting. The S&P 500 jumped 2.1% to a new record day, the day after Nvidia's previous quarterly earnings in February. At one point Thursday, it looked like history was going to repeat. The index hit a fresh intraday high in early trading. Then something stopped the AI train in its tracks. The U.S. economy, the business activity grew at its fastest rate in more than 2 years in early May. New PMI data showed. In a classical case of good news being bad news, the market looked it to mean there's less chance of a rate cut in September. Traders even see a very small 0.6% chance of a hike. The S&P 500 had its worst day of the month, and the Dow Jones had its worst since March 2023. Nvidia, which has so often helped lift the market higher, ended up being a beacon of green in a sea of red on Thursday. The artificial intelligence boom has pushed stocks higher for much of the past 18 months, often at the expense of Fed policy concerns. However, a shift may be happening. Nvidia aside, many AI-exposed stocks have tumbled this earnings season in the face of insurmountable expectations, including Advanced Micro Devices, Supermicrocomputer, and Palantir. The AI revolution's ability to prop up the stock market looks to be waning. Now, with earnings seasons all but done, markets may be left in thrall to economic data and their implications for Fed policy in the weeks ahead. The strength of the U.S. economy may be the undoing of the rally. On the European front, the Eurostock 50 is down negative 0.34% this morning, continuing the negative global sentiment driven by concerns regarding the U.S. interest rate outlook. All sectors were in the red on Friday, with technology and financial stocks leading the declines. China Shanghai Composite Index closed lower today as well, influenced by stronger than expected U.S. economic data, bolstering the prospect of higher for longer interest rates and the nation's military drills around Taiwan. They say they're punishing for their selection of the president, which says he is a rebellious person. Now, the Japan's Nikkei 225 stock index closed lower also, tracking overnight losses on Wall Street as robust U.S. business activity that prompt a reassessment of Fed rate cut expectations. So with that being said, let's take a look at what happened yesterday and what could happen today. So I left my levels the same. So we did see how the Nasdaq yesterday fluctuated a bit to the upside in the morning session, but quickly retreated itself back towards our support. It did trade below our support, violated our support, but did manage to close at 18,686.84, just 2 points higher from where my support was. Today the market has opened right where it's at, where we closed, a bit higher. So obviously we need to lower that support now, and I'm gonna say that basically the market. I'm gonna just bring this puppy down a bit more to about this levels, and I'm gonna obviously bring my resistance down to 19,000, making that a psychological resistance level. Okay, so anything that we can take to the upside could be just at least let's see if we meet yesterday's opening for the Nasdaq. Let's see for the S&P 500. So the S&P 500 did break our support. It fluctuated below it. It closed way below it. So we're gonna have to bring that puppy down as well. 5260 is where I'm gonna place it, and my resistance, I'm gonna bring that puppy to 5340. And yeah, again, at least the middle of yesterday's fluctuation, it can be speculated. Also, the Dow fluctuated to the downside a whole lot, 39,000 is going to be that support, psychological support for the Dow today. And let's just use 39,600 as our resistance. Middle of yesterday's trading range is expected. Crude oil, well, crude oil yesterday did a double whammy at the beginning. It just flipped to the upside strongly, almost reaching a $79 resistance level, but it quickly retreated and closing the red. Did fluctuate below our support level. Today, it has fluctuated below it and bounced back up of the bottom of the Bollinger Band. So we're gonna have to bring this puppy down as well. Let's bring it down to 75.50 and bring this gentleman to 78, which previous support is now a resistance. So let's see what would happen today. RSI, inclining to be entering the oversold territory, so you might as well go with the RSI selling. Well, Nat Gas yesterday did fluctuate above our resistance point, but it quickly as well retreated and closing the red. Today is bouncing off our support, but we're gonna have to bring that support down to $2.50. Now, regarding Nat Gas and whatnot, we were in the overbought territory, so with this fluctuation is looking to creep back into neutral zone. So at least we can say, yeah, profit taking might be as well. It is going to be a long weekend. The United States is going to be Memorial Day on Monday, so markets will be closed. So keep that in mind as well. So 250 can be anticipated. Gold, well, gold losing its shine, has lost its shine. This will perhaps not. 2300 is going to be our support for gold, and I'm going to bring my resistance to 2375. Let's see, at least if we again we'll come to a resistance. Perhaps will today be one of those moments where gold will rebound and just recover itself, or will stay in idle and just straight sideways. Then we have silver that is bouncing off. Yesterday, the metal came to a $30 round psychological number, and it bounced off it. It closed higher. Today, it has done the same. So it seems to be that the $30 support level is holding. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to be bullish and saying that, okay, silver might be ready to make another leg to the upside. So let's see. At least $31, it's going to bring it to $31. Around, it is the weekend also. So $31 for silver, buying silver. Copper, well, copper. Yesterday, copper had a just very much flattish day. Today, it did open with a small gap down. So will that imply a continuation of this sell-off of copper? It could probably be. So, I mean, let's just do 460 and bring down our resistance to 490. Okay, so let's see if that will be the case. You could be selling copper or not selling copper, or just staying out of the market for it's all around. So Bitcoin is retreating itself as well. 66,000 is going to be my support. I'm going to bring down to 70,000. Let's see what will happen with it. And then we have the currencies looking sharply to stay above that 108 marker. So I'm going to keep my levels. Let's see if the momentum will bring some more buyers. And the pound also looking to stay at least north of 127 for now. It did open with a strong gap down. It was close. So let's see what will happen today with the pound. The dollar index looking, well, it did early today, did touch our 105 resistance level and is bouncing off of that, retreating from there. So if it continues to move lower, we'll see that nice movement upward on the metals and the currencies. That is it for me today. And remember, on Monday is going to be a holiday in the United States. So most likely, well, the market is going to be closed, but obviously, see if this market, it'll be light trading. So keep that in mind. Have a great weekend. I'll see you on Monday.